So same data type.
Yeah, okay. Fine. Okay, now I can make it a little better. Arrays are data structures. Data structure start किया है क्या? Subject?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what do you understand by data structure? Data structure का meaning क्या है? कोई बता सकते हैं मुझे simple terms में? देखो ये subject
Organizing data in a computer.
Yeah, organizing data. See how you organize the data and how you work with the data is all about data structure. Okay? So arrays are supposed to be a data structure which stores data in consecutive memory location. ठीक है एंड कंसिक्यूटिव मेमोरी लोकेशन में डेटा स्टोर करते एंड ऑल द डेटा विल बी ऑफ द सेम टाइप. I'll repeat it once again. Arrays are data structure which stores data in consecutive memory locations and all the data is of the same type. Now, can somebody tell me what does it mean? Consecutive memory location का मतलब क्या है?
A continuous memory is allocated.
Yeah, matlab, like suppose my first data is in location 1, the second data will be in consecutive. matlab kya
Next
hai?
location. Next location.
Next location. It will go one after the other and it will be of the same type. matlab kya hai?
If all data is in integer type, then all the data should be in integer.
Yeah. So that means all the data stored in one particular array variable will be of the same type. मतलब अगर मैंने int डिक्लेयर किया तो वो अरे वेरिएबल में सारे डेटा जो स्टोर होने वाले सब कुछ इंटीजर में होगा. ठीक है, इज इट क्लियर? अगर मैंने उसको फ्लोट डिक्लेयर किया तो ऑल द डेटा विल बी ऑफ द फ्लोट टाइप. Is it clear? Everybody understood?
Yes.
ठीक है. So what is arrays? Arrays are used to store multiple values in a single variable. क्यों? Because जब हम array declare करते, we declare it as int a of 10. So I'm going to store 10 variables in 10 values under the same variable called a, and all the variables are going to be of type integer. So int a of 10. I'll show you an example syntax in the later slide. So arrays are used to store multiple values in a single variable instead of declaring separate variables for each value. ये क्यों use करते हैं? Suppose अभी तक आप लोगों ने प्रोग्राम में 1, 2, 3 ज़्यादा के ज़्यादा 4 to 5 वेरिएबल्स आपने डिक्लेयर किया होगा. बट सपोज मुझे 100 वैल्यूज चाहिए तो आप लोग 100 वेरिएबल्स यूज करेंगे क्या? इंट 100 वैल्यूज के लिए 100 वेरिएबल्स डिक्लेयर करेंगे प्रोग्राम में?
No.
Is it possible? Is it a good way of writing a code?
No, ma'am.
No. So to avoid that, we are using arrays. ठीक है. So instead of declaring multiple variables when you already know that मुझे इतना variables use करना है, तो instead of declaring that many variables, I can use a array. And if all the variables are of the same type, remember that. If all the variables are of the same type and I need multiple variables and I know how many variables I have to use already in the beginning of the program, in that case, I will use arrays. समझ में आ रहे everybody? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on, it's the first lecture. I want to hear many voices. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is the syntax. Now look at the syntax. Data type, variable and size. So to declare an array, define a variable type, specify the name of the array followed by square brackets and inside the square bracket you store the number of elements. मतलब मुझे ये so arrays use ये static memory allocation है. Static मतलब क्या है? Because the beginning of the program itself, the programmer should know how many data or how much value he has to use. So then only you can use an array. So it's a static memory allocation. मतलब मुझे program करने से पहले मुझे पता है मुझे 100 variables चाहिए तो I can use a array. So how will I declare 100 integer variables? Int variable का नाम suppose मैंने a दिया, int a size of 100. Clear? So that's how you declare an array and you can see how elements are stored. X of slide visible है क्या?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. तो वेरिएबल क्या है? x स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट के अंदर 0 मतलब क्या है? इंडेक्स है. मतलब अभी मैंने 5 एलिमेंट्स स्टोर किया है. The index of the array starts with 0 and if I have to store n elements, the last index will be n minus 1. तो यहाँ पे 6 elements मुझे store करना है. तो size of the array is 6. The starting index is 0, the last index is 5. So 0 to 5. तो अगर बीच में मुझे कोई भी वैल्यू मुझे एक्सेस करना है, I will use an index to access it. So suppose I want to retrieve the third element. How will I retrieve? Any idea?
Variable name, suppose a in square bracket the index position.
हाँ, इंडेक्स पोजीशन. अगर थर्ड वेरिएबल बोला तो कौन सा इंडेक्स होगा?
2.
2.
2.
2.
Okay, why? Because the
2.
index starts with 0. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So few things to remember. That is what I said. Array indexes starts with 0, meaning x of 0 is the first element to store at index 0. And if the size of the array is n, the last element is stored at n minus 1. So in this example, x5 is the last element. And arrays, as I told you, are stored in consecutive addresses. मतलब suppose x of 0 की address 2120d है. Then the address of the next element, that is x of 1, will be 2124d. कोई बता सकते हैं क्यों?
It stores in form of bits. No?
Yes, see, they have considered integer यहाँ पे 4 bytes. ठीक है? तो how it is, you have to 2120 plus 4. तो next one element store करने के लिए मुझे 4 का size चाहिए. So next element will be 2120 plus 4, which is 2124. अगर float sorry double है तो कैसे होगा? मैंने declare किया double x 8.
8
So
bytes.
8 bytes. So 2120 के बाद कौन सा होगा next memory allocation?
2128D.
2128.
Okay. Now suppose if it is a character x
21.
1 by 2121.
2121. So always remember this. ये multiple choice के लिए पूछ सकते हैं. ठीक है? So array stores elements in consecutive addresses. Okay, and so these are the points. So it starts with a 0. The last element is n minus 1, and the elements are found in consecutive addresses. Hope everybody is following it. And now you can see the example how you declare an array. जैसे पहले के programs में हम int s is equal to 0, int a equal to 5 लिखा. अगर एक array variables को आपको initialize करना है तो आप ऐसे initialize कर सकते हैं. x of 6 is equal to curly braces में 19, 10, 8 etc. अगर आपने लिखा तो हर एक element will be allocated to each index, like you can see in the figure. 19 goes to 0, 10 goes to 1, 8 goes to 2, 17 to 3, 9 to 4 and 15 to 5. ठीक है? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The girls, are you there in the class?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now, you can access array referring to the index number. मतलब क्या है? Example यहाँ पे दिया है string cars 4. तो 4 values assign हुआ है Volvo, BMW, Ford and Mazda. And I am writing C out cars of 0. So it is saying the output will be Volvo. Can you tell me why?
At the first index, it is
Because
Volvo.
of
Volvo.
index.
Yeah. Yes, the first index is 0. First element found is Volvo. Now suppose I say cars of 3. Which will be done?
Mazda.
Mazda. Okay,
Maz-
suppose I write cars of 4. What will be the output?
It will return an error.
Error.
Error. It
Error.
will return a error, array out of bound error or something like that. So remember, starting index 0 hai and last index 3. I hope everybody is with me. So this is going to be 0. This is in the index 1. This is in index 2 and this is in index 3. So if I write cars of index 2, it is going to return Ford. ठीक है? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The next is you can access an array element index number. Yes. Now suppose I want to change a value. How will I change a value? Cars of 0 equal to Opel and C out cars of 0. So what happens?
It
Cars
will
of
override
yeah,
the value.
या इट विल ओवरराइड द वैल्यू मतलब वॉल्वो के जगह पे ओपल कॉपी होगा बिकॉज असाइनमेंट ऑपरेटर यहाँ पे यूज किया है ओपल विल गेट कॉपी टू वॉल्वो सो नेक्स्ट टाइम व्हेन यू पुट प्रिंट सी आउट कार्स ऑफ 0 इट विल गिव ओपल ठीक है सो यू कैन alter the values using an assignment operator. Is it clear everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is how you can use arrays and loops together. So we have already studied what are loops. So now let's see. You can loop through an array with a for loop. That's how normally we use. So example लिखा है देखो. Cars of 4 equal to the same values are given. Then I'm using a for loop for int I equal to 0, I less than 4, I plus plus. Cars of यहाँ पे इंडेक्स के जगह पे आई लिखा है सो कैन यू टेल मी व्हेन आई इज 0 व्हाट विल बी द आउटपुट
Volvo.
Volvo.
Volvo. So that means if you want to print your array, yes, good. If you want to print your array, you just have to put a for loop and instead of in the index, you will put the variable I. यहाँ पे जो काउंटर है वो वेरिएबल यहाँ पे लिखेंगे सो एज योर कोड executes the I value is getting incremented from 0 to it comes 0 1 2 and 3 so accordingly Volvo BMW Ford and Mazda will be printed as output ठीक है
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
okay so you can use a for loop similarly you can use a for loop for inputting also suppose मैंने I'm declaring int प्रोग्राम में मैंने डिक्लेयर किया int a of 10 ठीक है अभी यहाँ पे मैंने इनिशियलाइज नहीं किया तो वैल्यूज कैसे स्टोर करेंगे कोई बता सकते हैं मैंने यहाँ पे इनिशियलाइज नहीं किया है आई हैव रिजर्व्ड 10 मेमोरी लोकेशन फॉर एन इंटीजर वेरिएबल्स
मैम
So-
ए में वैल्यूज ले लेंगे
सो आई विल राइट अ फॉर लूप ऐसे फॉर लूप लिखेंगे int all the values you will put inside the for loop int I जैसे यहाँ पे लिखा है int I equal to 0 I less than क्या होगा
Less than 10.
okay I less than 10 I plus plus and inside the for loop instead of C out I will write what is it I will write C in and यहाँ पे क्या होगा?
A.
A,
Cast A of I.
A.
A of,
I.
ठीक है? Is it clear? That means instead of initializing in the beginning, I can dynamically also accept data from the user and store it into the array. ठीक है? Is it clear to everybody?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yes, now you can also, if you want to omit the size, जैसे यहाँ पे example दिखा है, x of a empty square bracket equal to 19, 10, 8, 17, 9, 15. तो क्या होगा size x का?
6.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will automatically result in the size of x as 6.
6.
ठीक है? So you need not specify the size if you are initializing it in the beginning. It will automatically take based on the number of elements inside the curly braces. So C++ you can omit the array size while declaring and initializing. Clear? Then you can have empty members also. जैसे यहाँ पे देखा x of 6 is equal to 19, 10, 8. तो क्या होगा? What happens? ये 0 हो गया, ये 1 हो गया, 2, बाकी 3, 4, 5 में क्या होगा?
empty.
Remain
It will
empty.
not be empty. There will be some random values, garbage values. ठीक है? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
जैसे आपने कबर्ड बाई किया, कबर्ड में अभी 2 ही रोज आपने फिल किया है, तो बाकी जगह पे आप रैंडमली कुछ रखा है, जब तक आपको सामान मिल जाएंगे वैसे होगा. ठीक है? सो यू कैन प्री डिक्लेयर certain amount of space, store the amount of elements that is currently available and later on fill it. ठीक है? एंड जो empty locations है वहां पे garbage या random values होगा. Clear? Somebody has any doubt? Somebody spoke in between. ठीक है? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now you can also store like this. String cars of 5. तो cars of 0 Volvo है, cars of 1 BMW है, तो 2, 3 and 4 में क्या है?
Garbage value. Random.
Garbage और random values. ठीक है? Now this is the exercise you all have to do. C++ program to print the reverse order and print the sum of its elements of the array, and write a C code to find the maximum and minimum element in an array. Okay. Now since, okay, I'll just open an online compiler for time being. I'm using an online compiler because Eclipse will take time to load. ठीक है. So I'll just show you an example. You all can see the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see. I'll make it bigger. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I hope using namespace works here. If you don't use namespace std, you have to write std scope resolution operator and see out as its own. Okay, now let's read store values into the array and print the array. Okay, so for that I am declaring int a of 10. Okay, and this is what declaring array of size 10 and using a for loop for int I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus c in a of I. So accepting values from the user. Okay? How many times this loop will execute?
10 times.
10
10
times.
10 times.
10 times.
Now I want to print values, so I can write for int I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus C out of I. So जो भी values हमने ऊपर store किया यहाँ पे print होना चाहिए. Print the values stored. ठीक है? Yes. Have you all understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, it's waiting for the output. How many हो गए? 10 से ज़्यादा जा रहे हैं क्या?
9.
नहीं, it's going to an infinite loop, I guess. Right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
A of I. Is there any problem? Int I less than 10, I plus plus, C in A of I.
Can we use while I less than?
What? Yeah, you can use, but here क्या problem है वो तो समझ में आना चाहिए.
Ma'am, I think a problem is with this online compiler. It takes
Might
time.
be. हाँ, might be. Let's give a smaller amount of elements. समझ में नहीं आ रहे. Enter the elements. Oh, something wrong with this compiler. So I hope you all have understood the code. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, something came finally. Dekha? The values got printed. 7372219. Saw it? Can you see the output?
Yes, ma'am.
So to print it better, you can, put tab space. Okay. So this is how you input array values and you output array values. So first problem statement क्या था? Reverse the order. आप reverse कैसे order reverse कैसे कर सकते? Any idea?
We will start the loop from I is equal to 4 and go till I greater than equal to 0, I minus minus.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So you will start from 4 and this will be I greater than or equal to 0 and I
Minus
minus 1. तो ऐसे आप रिवर्स कर सकते हैं एंड दूसरा क्या है एंड प्रिंट द सम ऑफ द एलिमेंट्स ऑफ द अरे. सो वो कैसे होगा? प्रिंट द सम ऑफ द एलिमेंट्स ऑफ द अरे. सो सम के लिए मुझे एक वेरिएबल चाहिए इंट sum equal to 0. Okay, and here I will write s is equal to s plus anyways I have to print the reverse also. And यहाँ पे yes and see out sum is equal to, just follow the code. If I'm making mistake, please let me know. ठीक है? Am I correct? I'm printing the reverse order. Reverse print and the value stored in the array. समझ में आया क्या? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see if this works and then we'll enter. Oh, something went wrong. Yes, I did.
Variable sum.
वेरिएबल सम है.
Okay.
सम वेरिएबल है मैम, आपने
हाँ ठीक है थैंक यू. अब ये देखते हैं. Enter the elements. फिर से ये वर्क काम नहीं कर रहा. हाँ okay, so this is how you yeah, there is some issues with the compiler. The starting elements are not printed only. Okay, so this is how you have to do. So for today I'm ending it. You all try it at home, see if you're getting the output. तो क्या किया? First elements accept किया, यहाँ पे रिवर्स ऑर्डर में प्रिंट करने के लिए काउंटर रिवर्स किया एंड हर एक एलिमेंट को ऐड करने के लिए सम इज इक्वल टू सम प्लस a of I एंड यू हैव टू प्रिंट द सम, सो यू हैव टू पुट इट आउटसाइड द लूप. ठीक है? इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this
Yes, ma'am.
compiler is not working properly. Please execute this code, take the screenshot of this code, execute it from your side. ठीक है? Next problem statement क्या है? Write a program to in C++. Sorry, it's not C, it's C++ to find the maximum and the minimum elements in an array. Any idea how to do that? हमने greater than 2 numbers तो किया है.
We will run a for loop for
You
this
will have to, yes,
and
good.
then try to find out.
Yes, you have to run a for loop and you have to use the greater than or lesser than operator and find out between each element. ठीक है? Try it at home. If you all are facing errors, we'll discuss it in the next session. Is it okay? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I expect